All right. Good morning, everybody. It is, I don't even know what to call it, morning because our weather is so back and forth. It's spring for like 3 hours and then it's freezing cold and snowy. Like it's back and forth. So I can't say it's a cold winter morning. I don't know what to call it. But yeah, I figured I better go ahead and throw this one together. I've had this video filmed for over a week now, kind of sitting there. I did 3 videos last week filming, and what I think I'm going to do, because I don't want to film every day I'm in the gym. It kind of slows me down, and I feel like I just feel like it's better if I were to batch film for a week, do like 2 or 3 videos, and then the following week I could focus more on lifting and edit them when I've got time to do so. So I think that'll be the plan going forward. Again, with these barrel presses, I really like these, man. I just, you know what I mean? Like certain movements just work better for certain people. Some of you might judge me for this, but I don't really care. I don't even bench anymore. Like it just doesn't work as well for me with my, like, how my shoulders feel and just kind of the motion of it. I don't get as deep of a stretch. Occasionally I will hop over and do incline bench. But it's been a minute, and I just don't, everybody loves bench press, and I get that, and I did too at one point, but I just don't think it's necessarily the optimal movement for me. We'll put it that way. I like being able to get that deep stretch, pause at the bottom, and then come back up. But these barrel presses, a kid actually, when I was filming this, came up and asked me about them. He was like, "Are you doing flies or are you pressing? Like, I can't figure it out." And I was like, "Well, it's called a barrel press. It's kind of a combination of both. You can use heavier weight than you would be able to fly." And I'm probably, I always second guess myself on if I'm doing something properly, and I'm probably not. But I go anywhere between like 70 to 80s on these, and he seemed very impressed by that for some reason. I don't think that's very much weight, but um, it's what I do on this movement. Um, he was just kind of, I think, more blown away that it's incline. I don't, from talking to him, but I mean, it made me feel good, but I don't really know what's impressive, to be honest with you. Because um, I don't know. Strength isn't my main focus. It's always been hypertrophy. So, I mean, there is some correlation there, no matter what, but um, strength has never been my main goal. Obviously you want to be strong, but yeah, I just thought it did make me feel good that he was like really impressed by that. Um, and not to keep going back into this, but it's just astonishing to me because I've struggled with it for so long. Man, I kind of think my body dysmorphia is gone, at least for right now. I know I always come back to this, but I really do think, man, me posting myself without a pump and seeing that as my normal, instead of comparing myself to myself with a pump and constantly feeling bad, like mogging myself. uh, I think me doing that, and the fact that, like, I'm getting compliments every single day, and I'm getting them whether I have a pump or not. So I think for me that kind of confirmed that I'm not small necessarily. Like again, I do not think I am big, but people would not be complimenting me and saying things like, "How do you get that big?" when I don't even have a pump. If I was as small as I think I am in my, or thought I was in my head. Dude, I haven't really said anything negative to myself for the past several months about my physique. And I've just been very comfortable and content in my own skin. Like and it's very new for me. That's not something that is normal. Like I can't stress to you how bad I was about it. I'm kind of all over the place when I do these voiceovers. It's just, I don't script these out. I just kind of watch the clips and just talk and don't really edit it. I just say what comes to my head. So if I am all over the place, I do apologize. But my brain works the way it works, and there's way too many thoughts going on at all times. So I was thinking of, I thought this might be a good idea. Maybe you guys can tell me in the comments what you think. It might be interesting to go through a list of fast food options that I'm willing to eat on a bodybuilder-esque diet. Because there are some, a lot of occasions actually lately where I have to do fast food because it's just my schedule, man. It is, I don't fucking have time to be cooking. I don't. I just flat out do not. So that I thought, and what made me think of it was one day I went through Taco Bell, and there's things I get there pretty frequently, actually. And the guy working was like, "Man, how do you look like that and you're eating Taco Bell?" So I kind of put the idea in my head, maybe I should go through a list of things. And I was watching that video back with the music recommendations and realized just how many things I left out of that. And I got a comment from somebody who said, "Wait, no Misfits?" And that is a very, very good point. Yeah, so we're going to do a part 2 of that at some point. I am going to be bringing back the me just talking head segments occasionally, but I felt like I went so long without gym footage that I just wanted to get a bunch of gym footage videos out. But eventually they will all merge and combine, and we'll get this kind of the format down for how the videos will be. But I'm hoping you guys like these a little bit better than the ones that didn't have any gym footage, because it's like kind of ridiculous to have a lifting vlog channel with no lifting in it. So I'm really glad we got that squared away. I got comfortable filming in public again, and yeah. But speaking of that, let's talk about some of the lifting here instead of just rambling. I try to pause at the bottom in that stretched position. Probably bad time to talk about it at the end of the set, but yeah, I like to pause down there. I watch a lot of Dr. Mike and implement a lot of things that I've learned from him. Everything I know is a modge podge of all the creators that I watch and trust. And I had to sift through a lot of bullshit to get the things that worked for me, and kind of develop the movements and order of the workout and all of that and techniques that I use. It took a while to kind of sift through the bullshit, and I think that's part of why I wanted to do the channel is hey guys, here's the things I've found out of the sea of information that has worked for me personally. It doesn't necessarily mean it'll work for you. Everybody is different and responds differently to training, has different genetics, but I just thought it would be a fun thing to do, man. And maybe could help some people. I'm, believe it or not, I'm very misanthropic. I don't generally like humans. But that doesn't mean that I don't want to believe in humanity and that I don't want to see people do better and be better for themselves. I believe there are good people. And I believe there's probably more good people than I walk around thinking there are. But the way humans treat other humans just disgusts me. But we're not going to get into all that stuff. And again, you know, I know I've talked about these before, but these are another favorite movement of mine. They're a kneeling landmine press. And I can't remember the guy's name that I picked that up from. He's kind of a cornball, to be honest. I probably shouldn't say that. But I don't know, he's just this young kid, and he got in some shit because, you know, he was claiming natural, and then later he came out and said he had used I think MK677. But yeah, man, you can't be lying about that shit. It gives people false hope that they can get a certain physique naturally in a certain time frame, and it's not okay to do that to people, man. Like, you got to be transparent and open, and that's a fine line I'm walking here. Like, it's very difficult for me to be as transparent as I have been so far and plan on continuing to be, but it's a fine line to be open about my PED use while still not wanting to glorify it or promote it or inspire anyone to hop on a cycle, because it's not, people don't realize what they're getting into. I don't think. I really, and I know that because, you know, the amount of people that have messaged me and said, hey, I'm going to start a cycle and then start going to the gym. It's just immediately tells me you're not ready. I mean, obviously you're not ready. That's not how that works. Again, I'm repeating myself, but that is not the answer. The drugs are a bonus. They're there to maximize what you're already doing or optimize it. It is not the key to getting jacked. And I say this all the time, but the amount of people I know that are running shit and you would never, ever know proves my point without question. And I get very irritated, man. People, I don't know if I've talked about this before, but anytime anyone has an above average physique, in the comments, there is always someone, not just someone, a ton of people who are commenting, gear, you forgot about the gear, you forgot about the steroids, they're on steroids, brought to you by Tren or whatever, you know. And they say it in a way that tells me they think you can take gear and lay around doing nothing, eating whatever you want, and somehow you're going to get jacked. And that is not how it works. I cannot stress to you enough, that is not how it works. They say it because they believe it's such a cheat code that you're not putting in the work somehow. They say it as an insult. And the thing about that is, I train naturally, and I've trained enhanced. I would never, in a million years, be able to do what I do enhanced when I was natural and recover. It's not possible. You could maybe do it for a very short period, but you would be so burnt out by the end of it, it's not even funny. They're called performance enhancing drugs for a reason. Without performance, there is nothing to enhance. So this idea where people say, oh, I could look like that too if I took gear. No, you couldn't. I mean, you could, but not necessarily. That's not how this works. You have to have the genetics. You have to have your diet in check. Your training has to be on point. You have to be consistent. Without those key things, your recovery too, without your training, diet, and recovery already being locked in and dialed in, the gear is not going to do it. I'm sorry, it's just not. It will probably improve you in ways, but you are not going to get jacked just taking gear and not putting in the work. It's just, I hate to break to you, it's not how it works, man. And people will say it with such confidence. They will be so confidently wrong. It's not even funny. And they speak on things that they know nothing about and they've never had any experience with. And they do. It's just, man, I swear everybody thinks they're an expert, you know? And even me with this channel, like, I feel goofy sometimes. I feel like, how am I going to act like I know everything and start a YouTube channel? I don't know everything. I am learning every single day, but I just wanted to share what I have learned so far, and I'm sure some of it's stuff you guys have heard elsewhere. I believe I only hopped over here on flies because the cables were taken, but I like to do these. I like to do some flies where you lean forward just slightly, and it's supposed to target your upper chest more. I don't know. I feel it more in my upper chest when I do that. I saw Sam Sulek talking about a long time ago how he doesn't really do any decline stuff and everything is incline, rarely does flat. I'm the same. Everybody, and he's right when he said that everybody lacks in their upper chest. Not a lot of people, if you have been training chest for a little while, like a couple years, you're probably good on your lower chest. Like you don't, or lower and mid, but everybody wants that shelf. So that's why a lot of my stuff is focused on upper chest. Now this is one of the more lower chest type things I do. I do dips and I do these. Occasionally I will get on a decline bench and grab some dumbbells and do some stuff, but on the regular it's cable stuff and dips, but everything else is incline or altered in some way to make it more upper chest oriented or focused. So my wife gave me those beats, and I am obsessed with them. I love them. I had a pair of the in-ear Power Beat Pros, and I liked them, but I'm kind of getting over earbuds, man. Like fiddling around with them, them not wanting to charge, or only one of them wanting to charge because the headphone wasn't sitting in there just right or whatever. Like I just like throwing on over ear headphones. It blocks out the world. I kind of feel like I'm in my own little, I don't know, but they sound really good. And if I wanted to, I could wear them like a headband and pretend I'm a trend twin. But with these, these are one of the, like I said, one of the decline movements I do. And I start out with these generally around the 60-pound mark. And I say generally around because these stacks, I can't remember the exact numbers, but they're not like 10, 15, 20, 25 pound. Like it's not like that. It'll be like 58 point, like it's weird. I don't know why they did it like that, but they're not even increments. They're just strange. I don't, maybe I'm just dumb. I don't know, but I don't understand why a stack or why one of the plates is like 56 or 58 pounds instead of just 60. Just make it 60. Like, I don't get it. But then when I do low to high, obviously, I'm not going to be doing that with 60 pounds. Actually, when I was on a certain compound, I did, but that's not, we're not at that strength level currently. So it's dropped down to starting out at the like 48 or whatever. It's almost 50 for the low to highs. And then I start moving down. Usually do one or two sets on the heavier side and then start getting down to like 30 pounds. And we'll drop all the way down to the lowest plate to burn out. So like I think that's almost 15 pounds. And I'll just go for a lot of reps at the end with that. But I just really love cable flies, man. I there's something about the strength curve and getting that squeeze. It feels good. I just really like them. I also I'll play around with where I put the, I don't even know what you call that fucking thing, where you adjust the angle. I'll play around with that, like what angle I do it at, just because obviously I feel like a different angle is going to target slightly different area of your chest, and I'd like to have a variety of it to try to build the most, I don't have the word, in complete chest that I could build, I guess, just by trying to target different areas. I feel like if you do anything too long, your body adapts. We're very, very good at adapting to outside stimulus. And I think that's where a lot of people start running into plateaus, because they're doing the same shit over and over again. And I always like to kind of keep, like, was it Arnold that said, keep the muscle confused, shock the muscle, right? So I try to do different movements and different, I fall into a routine. Obviously, there's things that I do every week, but I try to switch up or alternate at least one movement to either a different variation, like a machine. I'll do a machine one week and then I'll go back to dumbbells for the next, or whatever it is. One thing that popped in my head: if you are somehow coming across my channel because you're starting to think about lifting, but you're afraid because you don't want to look stupid in the gym, or you don't think you're good enough, you don't think that you are capable of building muscle, get those thoughts out of your head right now. You Everyone's going to look stupid doing something in the gym because you don't know what you're doing yet. But guess what? None of us care. None of us are looking at you. I'm not judging you. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, and I still don't know how certain machines work. So do not let that get in your head. And the real important thing is you are good enough and you can do this. Anything in life. People count themselves out, man, before they even try. And you cannot do that. I'm telling you, you will do so much better than you think that you can. I cannot, like, you guys don't understand. When I was in school and all the way up through my 20s, I did everything in my power to avoid any discomfort. Physical discomfort or trying new things. I just did not believe in myself. And then for whatever reason, I started seeing results and I started to believe in myself a little bit more every workout. And it went into other areas and aspects of my life as well. You know, I thought I would be working in kitchens all of my life. And I didn't think that I was good enough to ever get out of that. And my wife said, hey, you should try to go for this instead, this job. And I did that. And I got it. And then not only did I get it, I loved the work and decided, you know what? I'm not making quite enough money here doing this, but I still want to do this work. And so I went through the process of becoming my own boss and doing what the agency I was working under was doing. I went and did the training to do that myself and become basically my own business. I have a board I answer to, but aside from that, I am my own boss. So do not count yourself out. I do want to add the reason I did that. I mentioned the pay, right? I make $28.60 an hour currently. I get paid in 15-minute increments. So I make $7.15 per 15 minutes. I work from 2 p.m. to 1:30 a.m. 4 days a week. So that's a lot better money than I was making a few years ago. And I would not be making that if I had listened to myself and said, no, it's not worth the hassle to fill out these applications and do the training and stuff. If I had let those thoughts win, I would still be in a kitchen somewhere. And those kitchen jobs, man, I get furious when I see people say, get a real job to restaurant workers. Like, you have no idea how stressed out and how hard these companies work these people. Like, they've got you back there doing, no joke, 4 different people's jobs at once. It is chaos in those kitchens. It is chaos in front of house. Really, though, back of house, man, is fucking chaos. It is, everything is, I need it yesterday, and I don't care that 3 people called off. You're here, you're doing it. And it's like that all the time. So don't underestimate how hard it is to work in a restaurant. It is incredibly stressful. And I respect those people because I know what it's like. But yeah, I'm rambling. My whole point was, you are good enough. You can do anything that you put your mind to and dedicate yourself to. That's the thing. You got to put in the work. You can't just, you got to try. You can't just think, I want to do this, kind of half-ass it, and then expect amazing results from anything you do. If you want impressive results, you've got to put in impressive effort. I was pretty, I think, beat down by this point. This is at the end of my lift. And again, I don't film everything I do. I do a lot of volume. These were, I wish I should have got it. It's kind of hard with the camera angle, but that was the full stack. It's probably why the form wasn't the best. But listen, we're getting close to the end of the video before the reel plays. I just want to tell you guys, I hope you have a good lift or a good rest day. I hope every one of your lifts this week is fucking incredible. I want to see everybody be the best they can, man. Like, you guys just keep doing it. Keep putting in that work, and you will hit your goals. I'm telling you. Like, if you are consistent, you will get there. It's just a matter of how long it takes.
And then you can kill all the preachers you want. Smells like infected ash.